Hello and welcome to another video with Lawn Care with Chris. Today we will be sharpening our John Deere blades with a professional grinder. This grinder is a preset lock in place typical kind of grinder. It uses pretty much the same type of grinding wheel as any traditional bench grinder would use that you can also use for this project. We have ours set to our determined tapered angle, I guess you could say, that we like. We main thing when you sharpen in blades is you want to take off as least amount of material as possible, along with getting a good, even, consistent, sharp taper. Um, as you can see on these set of blades, these are fairly new. Once I go ahead and check that sharpen edge, I clear it and move on to a set of our John Deere 930 blades. This is a 60-inch John Deere mower, pretty much the same as ours, just a few models older and a lot of years older. As you can see on these blades, they are about 3 years old, and we sharpen our blades every week. And you can see the wear on these blades compared to the other blades that I was just sharpening. Right there you can see that I got a nice good taper on that cutting edge, so I went ahead and moved on to the next side. You want to continuously move the blade while getting that good taper without pushing too much into the grinding wheel itself, where you take off a whole bunch of that metal or cause a nick. As you can see, when I run the blades through, I do a nice even pace as I'm grinding them down. I'm not pushing them in towards the sharpening stone, grinding wheel, whatever you may want to call it, too much, but just enough where it takes off a nice thin layer and tapers that down to the preset angle that we have. With these professional sharpening rigs that we have, it makes it very easy and quick process, as where you're not going to get as perfect and clean of a taper down continuously as you do with one of these. Now this kind of does go without saying for people who haven't really done this, or just in general, is you want to follow common safety practices. Ironically enough, in this video I'm not wearing gloves. Technically you should. You can get metal shards in your fingers, and there's a splinter's really bad, but a metal splinter, man, that's something else. And then you have to worry about tetanus shot if you're dealing with any sort of rust or anything like that. Normally I wear gloves, safety glasses, of course. You always want to protect your eyes. We got metal, as you can see, the sparks flying. You can get metal shards anywhere. Definitely gonna get it in your clothing. I personally, this is my work gear at the end of the day, so I change out of my work pants before I get into my own personal vehicle to go home. That way it helps contain the metal shards and such like that. You can buy overcloth aprons, leather aprons and such like that for this. As you can see here, this is kind of a prototype blade that we've made, where we've extended the sharp edge further into where the bolt hole is. Now it is kind of really hard to sharpen with our setup because it's not really made to sharpen on curved angles and such like this. What I mean by that is the cutting blade actually dips down lower uh, than where the bolt head sets. Now you can see the bolt hole. What it does is the blade actually is bent downwards when you have it installed properly with the fan blades up. That way it compensates for the head of the bolt. That way where your cut height is just below the top of the bolt. So you have about a few hundredths of an inch or whatever the spec may be. It might even be particular on it. But thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And have yourself a wonderful day.